Shout out the missus, man. Shout out my fiance. My beautiful fiance, my beautiful wife to be. Hey, you lot. Be fair, when you lot show up at this wedding, you know, hey, I need you to do that shaku. Have you seen his vid? Have you seen his vid?
He's gonna do the budget thing.
What are we saying? Where's it gonna be?
No, it's gonna be in Holland. It has to.
100%.
Yeah, it has to be in Holland.
Yeah, say no more.
Because I tried to go away from tradition a little bit, and I tried to kind of, because you know you have to go to where you have to go and get her from her parents' home and all this other shit. And I tried to go away from tradition, but
I was about to ask that.
It weren't really gonna work, bro.
So you know,
that's what you do on like. That's part of the ceremony.
No, that's just like you generally get married where the woman's from, innit? At least that's what apparently tradition is meant to be. So
as in like her town.
So obviously where she's not from this country, wherever she's from is where you're meant to be married.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in exactly the town in the country.
You know, like obviously Nigerians, we got our traditional wedding.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a big traditional affair.
So you're doing a traditional then?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do.
Are you mixing like the two traditional with the
thing
weddings?
is, it's weird because it doesn't quite mix, because their traditional it's a whole day of thing. Like, big ceremonial.
Drop it out.
Bro, she listening. I can't say drop it out. You said.
Not drop out the wedding.
Kid him. No, joking. It's peak. So Daps was funny. No, it's peak. So yeah, it's their thing. So to be fair, it's likely the wedding could be over 2 days, 3 days.
Even better.
Well, I know for you, you're buzzing.
I like weddings.
It's buzzing.
And it's in Dam as well.
Bro.
That's win-win. I'm coming in some traditional garments.
Yeah, we got to line you up.
Yeah.
But no Rastaman stuff though.
No. If it's 3 days.
No, joking.
If it's 3 days. No, I'm coming in some traditional Nigerian way.
There's a suit day. There's going to be, it potentially could be a suit day, which is the normal sort of I do ring and all that. And
like
then there's
the Western.
Yeah, the Western quote unquote white stuff. White wedding. No pun intended. And then there's the we could potentially mix the evening with the Nigerian stuff. Because the Nigerian bit, Daps, isn't it? Daps will tell you. It's not a...
Yeah, he's at a wedding every other day, man.
Well, Daps is the man about town.
Bro, you know what, yeah?
But it isn't a whole...
Guys, we will get to football in a second.
I probably think he crashes weddings. I think, how does he know so many
Bro,
people?
do you know what? He's one of those people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you just think, bro, like, how does
every week?
How do you know someone that's getting married all the time?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I think I'm just at that age now, man. And it's just, everyone's just getting married. But...
So you...
We're going to talk about football in a sec. But in regards to weddings...
Drop that one in, yeah? Bombshell.
No.
Imagine you
No. But I've even like asked people to... Not asked people, but I'm dropping out, like, going to people's weddings, man.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, it's tiring.
Bro, it's exhausting.
It's too much. Like, unless
I
you're
went to 4 1 year one time.
Unless you're like my guy like that, I'm not really trying to go to a wedding.
Bro, I've got 2 this year.
I mean, I've got like 4.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Not even including the ones that...
Both in May.
Imagine, I've only got 1 that's actually my person. The other's like Dammy. Just dragging me along.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, so some weddings I go to, I don't even know the person. But Dammy knows the person.
But when you go there, but you enjoy yourself.
You got it,
no, yeah. It's a Nigerian wedding. You got to enjoy yourself. Right?
Yeah.
But you know what tends to happen? You know, it's bad. You shouldn't. But you know, you start comparing the weddings. Like, oh yeah, no, I prefer the other wedding. They ain't gonna last, you know.
Bruv, I just go and make a fool of myself, bruv. Like to the point.
No, but I can imagine you're like the wedding fun time guy, innit?
Yeah.
Like the next day, what are you doing? Why was you doing
the stories and that?
And I'm like,
I can't remember.
I'm just enjoying, man. I'm always the first, you know, like you got like bottles on the table and that.
Yeah.
Like I'll go up to the group. I remember one guy that she works with got married.
Yeah.
And like we went up to the table, congratulations. And then I was like, what? Can we open them bottles on the table? And like, he like looked at me like, what? And he goes, no, it's fine. Of course you can.
Oh,
but then as soon as I opened it, everyone
started popping it. Yeah. That's how it goes.
Remember that story you told me?
You're the man to set the pace.
Sometimes.
Remember the story you told me? I bet you I could pull this out.
What's that?
Was it Ed?
Ed, yeah. Shout out Ed. That was Soul's wedding. But we went, where did he get married? Yorkshire.
Okay. Is that where his missus
from?
See Yorkshire. What I'm saying? Yeah, you got to do...
it was some like proper lovely like estate kind of castle kind of thing.
Nice.
Had like hotels and everything on site. And so the wedding's finished, whenever time the wedding's finished, obviously, they've gone and done their bit, consummate the marriage and all of that.
Oh, so
This person, well, it must have, innit? That's what you're doing it. This person, everyone's doing their own little bit, and we was in there with the people that were cleaning up. This must have been about 4:30, 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Me, Ed's missus, V was there, and one of Sol's other friends, and Ed just got the you know, like when you've got the what do you call that thing? The like the tablecloth.
Yeah.
And obviously it's got everything on it. Plates, everything.
He hasn't tried to
and he's gone, no, look, video, look, I can pull it out with that thing. And for some reason, I honestly don't know why,
You thought,
I got so sucked in. And V was like, no, Ed, and I goes, leave him, he can do it. He can do it. Like, I'm getting into it. He can do it. Go on, Ed. And he just went, literally, just boom, everything. And I got the video somewhere in my laptop. Oh, it's the funniest. And then the geezer that's like tidying up, he hears it and he turns around and he just kind of thinks,
Yeah.
and he just carries on doing what he's doing.
Oh, you know, pricks for that. But,
Good times, though.
but yeah,
Yo,
Counterattack Podcast with myself, Daps.
Spence.
Lamin.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those ones where, oh no, guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that. Yeah, it's international. International, it's always slow. Like, nothing's really happening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit flat.
It's going to be one of those ones. I don't know. I ain't got a clue what we're
Who's
talking
England
about.
got? Is it Bulgaria or something?
No,
couldn't even tell you.
Hungary.
Czech.
Czech
It's
Republic,
Czech
that's
Friday
nice.
and then away to Montenegro on
Proper hard games,
Sunday.
that, innit?
Doing that to Montenegro, man.
It's a difficult one to go to.
Is it?
Montenegro.
Yeah.
Away, them sort of places.
Have you seen the country?
No.
It looks like something out of a James Bond movie. It's beautiful.
Really?
What?
I'm talking like football though.
Yeah, I know. It's different. It's different too, yeah.
It's one of them ones.
Bro, the
but
country.
Have you ever been?
No, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to book a ticket. My missus weren't really having it. I just said, you know what, I might go with the boys in. And she went, no. Because all she saw, to be fair, there were hotels here. There was a hotel on the lake and you got yachts and
I'm
everything.
probably thinking, what kind of podcast is this?
Bruv. We're
Hotel
talking
on the
about
lake.
bruv, it looked proper.
That's sounding
Do
live.
you know what? Hey, I can't say too much. Shout out the missus. But
yeah,
every time.
England's good.
shout out the fiance.
Because I don't actually know who's in the squad. All I know is Hudson-Odoi's in the squad. They called him up. And Declan Rice, which I'm happy about. You see what Harry Kane said about Declan Rice?
What is it?
Nah.
Him as a DM, he's very good to have in a team because he looks forward. Like, he looks forward and he plays the ball forward.
What's he trying to say?
trying to
Yeah,
say?
exactly.
Shots fired.
Who's he getting at?
Shots fired.
Eric
I
Dyer.
can think of two, bro.
What do you call the other one? Henderson.
Anderson.
But do you know what? Do you know Thingy's not in there? That boy, I think he's wicked.
Madison.
Nah, man.
Damari
I
Gray.
like
Damari Gray's not.
Madison. No. Do you watch Match of Palace? The fullback.
Oh,
with the
Bissaka.
chainsaw?
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said Wan-Bissaka should be in there
That's a
ahead of Trippier.
That's a shag.
As a defender,
That's a shag.
wicked. But that's where it's starting to go to that kind of like, you know how England
Elite
used
teams.
to be.
Yeah, the top
Like
teams.
the like if you're not top 6, then
Yeah.
But,
But what's Declan Rice? What was that? West Ham?
yeah. But Declan Rice's one was like, they had to put him in there.
maybe
Yeah, you kind of couldn't ignore.
Yeah.
it.
maybe that.
Maybe. It could be the old colour scheme.
No,
Maybe.
this is the kind of scheme.
But then like you said, wallpaper.
It could be the old colour scheme. you know
But
what
I
mean?
read somewhere that apparently now
But we can't just keep
the-
throwing stuff like that. Though. Let's give Southgate the benefit.
It might be. I don't
No,
know.
but think about
Let's give
it.
Southgate
I'll
the
tell you why.
benefit.
Because
Give
with
him the
Declan Rice, it's a no-brainer for everyone because of the media hype.
Yeah, but he's playing well though.
No, he's definitely playing well. But there's other people playing well who aren't getting a call up.
I think Madison should have been called up. I think Damari
Exactly,
Gray
Madison.
should have been called up.
Damari Gray definitely.
I think
should be called
I
up.
think they were talking about Wan-Bissaka about getting called up for a while, so I'm quite surprised.
But you know,
that they
thing
didn't.
come in. Apparently, the Congo manager is gonna go approach him now.
Oh,
to
is
come
it
play for
to come
Congo.
play for Congo? And if he
Yeah.
does, it's over, isn't it?
Well, hopefully he does that.
The Democratic Republic.
But
Is he
what-
from DR Congo? Yeah.
Yeah. But what about is Dele Alli in the squad?
Exactly. Imagine that. Wait.
No, really, is he?
No, hear this. Dele Alli's just come back from injury. He literally's played one game and he's been out for like 2 months, I think.
Who was Spurs' last game?
Can't remember.
What? And he played.
He played.
I don't remember seeing him.
He played. So he played
I
against.
don't remember seeing him for a while.
And he got.
Yeah, no, he definitely ain't played for a while.
No, he played, man.
What? As in
Was
he's
it
played?
against Burnley? Or was it the game
No,
after Burnley?
They've had a game after Burnley.
Whoever the game after Burnley was,
Started or come off the bench.
he started. Started and
So he's
then
played one game.
because I remember the commentator saying they think Ali's coming off because he ain't played a while, and then
So he's played one game
and then they
since
kept him on.
injured.
Yeah, and he's in the squad.
Oh yeah, things like that is just.
And this is what I was going
Are
to
these
say.
not friendly games?
And this is what I was going to
No,
say.
this
No.
is,
I think it's qualified.
qualified.
I think it's qualified. But still, remember Southgate was saying how if you're playing good enough,
It's if you're playing well.
if you're playing good enough, you get in the squad. Like, are we doing that, or are we literally just
Do you know
doing
what
the
though?
whole?
I think you're in a team. You're always going to have your starters, and I think to be fair for England, he's one of those where I'm not saying I agree with it, but I can see even if you look at the World Cup and the season he had going into the World Cup, he's a starter for him.
I think
And he's a name that he's a quote unquote a big player in Southgate's eyes, and you can quite see that.
Yeah, no, I think
Even though I think when Lingard played was better personally.
I think you like as a manager, you will have your preferences.
Yeah, and you're always gonna have players that you always pick.
Yeah, but at the same time, like just because he's not playing, like even if I'm picking players, if you haven't played for that, it's a long time to not
It's
play.
a long time.
Do you know what I mean? And then to come
bring
back
you in the squad.
and
Because
and it's an important
for a
if you don't
qualifier.
make the squad, let's say if he says, "Look, I'm going to leave you this time," it's not much of a hard conversation to be had.
No,
Look, you've
because
been out
you've not played, and
X
that
amount of
actually,
time.
do you know what that does? That actually sets a precedent for everybody else because
Yeah, of
everyone's
course.
like, "Raw, okay,
I need to be playing.
I need to be playing all the time."
Yeah, not obviously if you're injured, you're injured, but I need to be playing. I need to be playing well.
Yeah.
Like, or else it just becomes. Then the whole culture just kind of gets
It
a
just
bit off.
goes again, innit?
Because then
Yeah.
it's like you get to the point where like me and you might sit in the corner and be like, "Oh yeah, look, he's playing again."
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
for
even
sure.
matter. Oh, you was wicked today, and then I might say, "Yeah, but it don't matter. I'm
It
not
don't
gonna
matter.
play."
I ain't gonna play anyway. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we shall see.
No, I think Ali being in there is diabolical. I don't care if he's your go-to, like you know what he can do. He's not been playing, and I think Madison should be
Medicine should be.
in the squad. I think Trippier, I think he's had a poor season, but this is what I'm saying. You know, like it's almost as if you're just doing your go-to. You know, Trippier.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But there's no way he should be ahead of Wan-Bissaka. There's no way he should even be ahead of Trent Arnold. Is he in the
No,
squad?
he's injured. He's injured.
The only
he pulled out today.
the only
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
But Trippier probably
to
will
be
start
fair, Trippier would probably played over.
The only-
Trent Arnold's form this year though.
Yeah. The only thing I'll to stick up for Southgate is maybe he's looking at it from, okay, I'm gonna stick with the boys who have been like them boys who have gone to the World Cups and have played in
That tournament.
in pressure games.
Yeah.
Maybe he's coming at it from there and say, you know what, I want to go with the
that.
tried and trusted to get the points. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think Dele Alli should be there.
He hasn't done enough, has he? The boy.
Well, no, I mean, if you're not playing, you can't do enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No offense to him. And
Is Lingard in there?
before that, I don't
Oh,
Is Lingard in?
I don't even know.
Because he's only recently just come
well,
back
he's,
as well.
I think he's still injured, isn't he?
No,
No,
he
played
came
the
back.
other day.
Yeah, he
Played
came back
against
Wolves.
Wolves.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that
listen,
game, the FA Cup game.
Do you know how scared I am of Wolves?
Mate,
They're gonna
I've
pump
been,
us. You know,
I've been saying this to
I
people.
loved the gaffer, man.
Did you see?
Oh, did you
I'm gonna regrow my beard now.
Did you see? Can you remember the game at Emirates early on the season against Wolves? And we should have lost.
1-1. Yeah.
And we should have lost. Yeah.
I've been saying that to people. Wolves are
are
seventh in the league, bro.
He's done
Wolves
such
are
a
in,
job, bro.
Aren't they? Isn't that European place? Seventh.
Are they seventh now?
They're seventh.
I thought they were
in the
like
league.
eighth
They've
or
been
ninth.
seventh for a little bit.
It's ain't it 6th?
Is it 16 what for UEFA?
But then who's in the cups and that?
Yeah, no. It
'Cause
might
then
be. It's
someone
the
else
seventh
might-
might be.
No, if
You might
City,
think
if
it's-
City, say if
because
City
the
won the
Carling
FA Cup.
Yeah.
FA
No,
Cup,
Carling Cup.
then-
It might
then the
there might
knock-on.
be an extra one in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because City's won that, don't it? So
Yeah,
then
them-
so there'll be a knock on potentially.
Hopefully.
But don't they get that? If City win? Oh yeah, because it's the Carling Cup. You go. Is it your Carling Cup? You
Carling
go UEFA
Cup,
or,
you go Europe anyway.
You go Europe anyway.
No,
yeah.
but is it the
Not
final?
FA.
Who's in the final for Carling Cup?
I think you won it. The
City
Carling
won
Cup.
it.
No, who was in the final? Sorry.
Chelsea.
Chelsea and City.
Oh no, it goes to the runner-up.
Yeah, but if
are
Chelsea.
in it.
Yeah, Chelsea already in.
Oh, if Chelsea get,
Yeah, I don't know.
they should get it. Hopefully,
Should get it.
he's a good considering first season back in the Premier. He's doing
Bruv,
a
he's a
madness.
good advocate for. And do you know what it is? He's a good representation of what a manager should be.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Handles himself with class.
Yeah,
And do you know what? He sets his teams out.
No,
man.
but from
good beard.
From
And
week one,
look at
good beard.
that's a good beard.
they've not City didn't win there.
No, I don't think anybody has really.
I think they've
They've just gone.
any of the top boys.
They just go for
Remember
it.
the opening?
Just go for
Was
it.
it opening game or opening 2 games? They drew with
City, the
with
second
City.
game of the
And,
season.
and do you know what? That game that they drew, wow. Because they matched City pound for pound.
Okay.
City. Oh,
Kyle
gone.
Walker, Arnold, Chilwell.
I like Chilwell.
Chilwell's right.
Yeah. Michael Keane. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how Kyle Walker keeps
Not sure
making.
Keane should be in there.
Michael Keane.
Not sure Keane should be in there.
Michael
Right,
Keane
right.
is
Go-
in
go
this
get
one.
there.
The Coke man.
Kieran Trippier.
Did that come out? And all
Yeah.
that?
You can come out. Shout
James
out Michael Keane.
Tarkowski. You know, I don't even know much about Tarkowski.
Oh, Jan Tarkowski. Do you know what?
I said Jan. It's James.
Is he James? I'm sort of calling him Jan. Hey, brother. I think he's solid.
Harry Maguire.
Bit
Did you see what Sancho did to Maguire?
He's a bit stiff. Yeah.
Yeah. Made him eat grass.
Yeah.
Turned him into a cow.
And who started laughing? Someone started busting up.
Yeah, who was it? I can't remember. Someone was laughing. That's long though coming up against Sancho. Danny Rose. There's another left back that I like. Who's West Ham left back? Cresswell.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's ready actually. No. Right, midfielders, Eric Dyer. That's your guy.
Stifler.
Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson just irritates me so much, you know.
He's a player, mate.
It just irritates me.
God.
I actually believe he thinks he's a worldie.
But you would, if you played every game
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
won in
Yeah,
tournaments,
yeah,
what
brilliant.
would you think in your head?
I'd think, how am I getting away with this?
And
Nah,
in
you'd be
in
thinking,
fairness as
hold on.
well,
Nah.
yeah, before he went to Liverpool, and he started, because don't forget, he wasn't a centre midfielder, you know.
At Sunderland, he wasn't doing too bad.
That's
you
what
know?
I'm saying.
He wasn't doing
in
too
fairness
bad.
to him, that Liverpool move was made and broke him, all in the same thing. Because he...
Did you say he wasn't doing too bad at Sunderland?
No, he was
No,
doing all right.
Sunderland, he
Trust
was
me,
actually playing well.
He
Before
was
he got
doing
that
all
move.
right, bro.
No, but the thing is, when he went to Liverpool and they paid 20 million, I remember everyone being like, are you joking? Yo,
No.
Yeah,
like,
the jury's
as
always
well
been
as you're
out on it.
playing,
No, I'm not saying about the money and everything.
No,
but I'm
no.
saying like I thought he was playing well, and then when
Yeah,
he went,
for
I don't know,
Sunderland.
he was playing well.
yeah.
for
doing
Sunderland,
well,
but
obviously
not well enough that you think he deserves a top.
No,
top
but
club.
it's like when you do that move and then you realise, hold on, you're
what's
that
happened?
level
My
player.
level's
You're out of
different.
your depth. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was playing well.
Do you think there's actually such thing? Yeah, that's just a stupid question.
Yes, there is.
As being out of your depth.
Of course there is.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
if you've got if you're playing in the Prem, let's say, yeah,
Do you want an example?
don't say Championship.
He ain't even finished his question.
No, but do you remember like the striker Robert
Earnshaw.
Robert
No,
Earnshaw?
him,
Earnshaw.
yeah, him. He's okay.
But he was in
No,
the championship.
In
he was
Championship,
wicked.
yeah, because even when he came up, he was
That-
rubbish. Went
but
back
that-
down.
but that's what I'm
was
saying.
bad.
That was his level.
But I mean, like, if you're
Good player.
in that's Championship
Yeah, he
level
was,
to
he was.
Premiership,
He's
but if
that
you're
fish.
in the Premier League
yeah,
and you're doing well for whatever team you're in, do you think you can make a move to a better
Premier League team.
Premier League club and
Yep.
still be at your depth?
I think he can. Yeah,
We've got examples.
Drink Walker. Drink Walker. Drink.
No, but his one's different because you don't play.
But when he does,
But
Don't look
he won the
right.
league and played well.
he's won.
And
And
then-
then
No, do you get what I'm trying to say?
no, I hear that. But then
Yeah.
there's the argument of, but he's not playing now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there must be a reason
Yeah.
because he trains every day.
And he's not even near it.
That the manager would have seen him. Like they bought him and paid X amount of money for him. And you'd like to believe that they wouldn't have just bought him for the sake of buying him.
Maybe they just don't.
For example.
But, do you get what I'm trying to say though?
I know what you're
Like,
trying to
if
say.
you're playing in the Premier League, then you're good enough to be there. But
No, it is. But then it's like, say like you could be playing very well for Crystal Palace, let's say. Yeah. For example, or just a team who might be quite direct. And the way the team plays, it suits the way you can play. And you might not necessarily have to think as much,
yeah,
if that makes sense. And then say like Pep just was like, nah, you know what? I like this guy, I'm gonna bring him in. But then all of a sudden now, the team that I'm coming in is different and I have to play a certain way. And I have to be working in certain areas that I didn't have to work before. And I have to use my brain and I have to notice triggers and cues which I didn't have to notice before. It was more just the ball goes up and I win second balls and play forward and I've got energy and I can get about. So I can win my balls and I can get forward. Whereas now I'm being asked, okay, I need you to patrol
say?
this sort of area. And when this happens, I need you here. And
so it might not even
just don't
be.
get it.
It might not even
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like.
yeah. I
Would you
think
say
It
that
might
can
not even
happen.
be like an ability thing. It might just
Yeah.
be.
No, sometimes
What book is that?
It's like a retention thing.
I didn't even
bounce.
clock on you. You put the book there.
Matthew.
I'm just so used to seeing it now. I just don't even
Yeah,
question
it's-
it.
Do you reckon that's what happened to Francis Jeffers when he came to Arsenal?
Oh
Obviously,
yeah, no, that might be one.
he got
No,
injured
but-
a lot though. But
no,
in
but he
fairness,
was-
when
He
he
did.
played, he didn't look. He did.
No,
He
do
just
you know
didn't
what?
look like he was better.
He was a bit like,
Fox in the box.
yeah, no, but basically that's what he was. He was just old school.
And we did not
I'm
play
gonna
like
work
that at
like
That
like
18 yard.
post to
18
post,
yards,
get the ball in the box. That's part of the reason why Ian Wright ended up leaving the club, and why Ian Wright done so well before, because everything was just on the back four, lump it up. But Ian Wright had that ability to get the ball down, make magic out of nothing, play off seconds. We get the ball out wide, put balls in the box. Whereas we didn't really play like that when Wenger started to come in.
Yeah.
And that's why remember Wright got injured and then he brought in Anelka, but Anelka fit the system so much better. So Anelka, as it went, like after Christmas, I think Wright was back for a little bit, but he was just on the bench for a bit.
Yeah.
And then FA Cup final and all the rest of it, he was on the bench.
Oh, he was pissed.
And you can
remember
even,
that?
yeah, but even you see the interview when like he spoke about it, and he didn't know he was going to leave, or he wasn't going to be offered a new contract. So do you know what I mean? So in his head, he thought he was doing all right, but if you don't fit the,
But I don't think. Yeah, okay.
the
mold.
thing,
I
then
don't think
it
it's
can
a thing
happen.
where he was doing badly. He probably just, like I said, just
No. I would never say Ian Wright was doing bad as a player, bruv. Look at the numbers he got in a team which was ultra defensive and done nothing to help him. Nothing to help him.
Point.
Have you ever seen the clip where on BT Sport where the host guy was like, so you had him, Chris Sutton,
and Michael Owen.
Oh,
It's
and
true.
they were like,
Anyway,
You can't get in his fight
It can never be you.
who was it?
Chris Sutton.
about using your left foot.
Yeah. He said, nah.
No, it's true though.
Me all day. Don't even ask them.
Left foot, unreal, bruv. I'll find it. We'll put it up on the thing. Away to Auxerre in the Cup Winners' Cup
remember
before it
that?
got thing.
Do
When he
you
got the ball
remember that
and then
game?
cut inside, left foot, bang, top call. Oh my! I watched that on my small TV in my old room.
Remember?
Good
Who was
times.
that player who used to play for Auxerre? I used to like him. He went to
Mexes.
Mexes was there, but he went
Mexes
from
was
Auxerre to
decent.
Monaco, I think. Black guy. Oh, I can't remember. He used to play left wing. He had a shot on him.
I'm not sure. It's worth a Google though. But you see, like there, even when we're talking about Ian Wright, you look at when like, remember, was it? What did we? I swear you put up a thing. Was it Andy Cole or Ian Wright? Did we put that up on like a picture?
Yeah.
Two strikers going against each other.
Mm.
That's like why for me, like I'd have to say Wright, because like Andy Cole was at Newcastle. Right, he was at Newcastle first,
And United,
and Newcastle was just all action.
They were forward, innit?
Do you know what I mean? And Keegan, I see an interview when he was like, I brought Peter Beardsley in for you. He's just going to get you goals. Do you see what I'm saying? So it was geared to, let's get the ball here.
He was some player as well, you know.
He was, man, but
Beardsley
he's
was some
racist.
player.
But he's racist.
Who?
Peter Beardsley.
Oh, we talk about Andy Cole.
Some player.
And then, no. And then,
he said what he said to the kids.
Didn't he get
Yeah.
sacked? Didn't he get sacked like 2 weeks ago?
No, I think he had to leave. I think
because he said something, I can't remember off the top of my head, but
to one of the kids or something.
Oh, did he?
but then even that, and then Andy Cole goes to Man United, and again Man United,
Yeah.
it's all that attack.
Bro,
And
imagine
Ian
Man
Wright
United.
is just in, like, I can imagine like in training, George Graham's just dealing with these men, and Wright's over there just licking shots on his ones. But look at the numbers he got in a team like that. Is mental.
Imagine United had Cole and York here, and then they can just, whenever they're ready, call on Shonham.
Yeah.
And then you had Ola Gunnar just hanging about as well.
Illin.
Go on, get a hat trick.
Imagine that just off the face. I mean, off the
How
face,
can your
off the
trademark
bench.
be? Let me come on
But
and
do you
get
know what
2 or
did
3
it, do you know
goals.
what, do you know what,
Babyface
what didn't make
assassin.
sense? Do you know what didn't make sense? Cole and Sheringham never got on, yeah?
Yeah.
Cole rarely played for England, but was banging in goals for United.
Sheringham,
always played for England and was very much a sub at United.
I think it's back to the colour.
Sounds
It's madness, isn't it?
Sounds
The colour scheme.
Sounds like John Terry and
Nah, it's worse.
Ferdinand
Nah,
kind
it's
of thing.
worse than that.
No,
It's worse than
but
that, 'cause
that
one
type of
actually
thing.
weren't even playing.
Do you know who I want to get on? Funny enough.
John Terry.
No, God forbid. Oh, imagine John
Oh,
Terry.
do
on this
you know what? I'd
this-
love to have John Terry on.
He'd be so uncomfortable. Bro.
Why?
He'd
Nah.
be permanently
Nah,
red.
I
don't
reckon
think he'd
he'd be alright.
I don't think he would be.
I don't think
You
he
don't
would.
think so?
Nah, I think he'd be
No,
alright.
I don't mean uncomfortable with being amongst us, but saying whatever we say would make him uncomfortable.
I don't know, you know.
I think he'd be alright.
Yeah. He's
Something in me tells me he's well past that. That I don't think he'd care.
yeah, I think so.
You think so? No,
Yeah,
you got to
I
have
don't-
something
I don't-
in you. You
I
got to
don't
have
think he
that moral
Genuinely.
compass.
Nah,
or
I
that-
don't think he can.
I think I feel like mentally he's a different breed. Mentally, I think he just kind of, it might affect him, but it'd be like,
Seriously,
I think he's
I don't
done.
think he can.
Nah, but I want to get
Plus, he's done it a few times. But
I want to get Eni Luco on this.
yeah,
Yeah, I want to get Eni. It's gonna happen.
Isn't she out in Italy?
Oh, well, mate,
Wherever
it might
she
happen.
plays.
It might happen.
She's
I'm
get
sure she
soon.
plays at Juventus or something.
Yeah, Juve, innit?
Yeah.
we'll go and do one in Turin.
Yeah, let's go to Turin.
This guy.
Talk sport. Let's get that budget going, mate.
Hey, just do a special insuring, innit? I'm up for that.
But people shy away from this relationship too much, man, and it's coming up more and more. And Pogba's even said it about. I was listening to something on my way up
about Sterling.
About Sterling, yeah. And it's mad that have you noticed that this narrative's coming up a lot? But is it the fact the narrative's coming up a lot, or is it the fact that it's becoming more and more like ingrained again in the game and things are happening again?
I think it's a bit of both.
I think people are starting to cordon on to the fact that there's some real injustice.
I was on. You know what's funny? Okay,
it's weird because it's been there all the time, but I don't know if
this is what I'm
people
saying.
Blind
it went
to it,
quiet.
Yeah.
No, I was at some diversity in football.
Was that where he was at?
Yesterday.
That picture yesterday.
Yeah. So
it looked diverse, that crowd.
Diversity in football media. So in sports media, so not football media, whatever. But they were talking about. So Sterling come up was a big. Everyone kept referring back to Sterling. And the white people in the crowd, the white journalists and that. I had one come up to me after and he was just like, and he's from a known paper. And he was saying it was so uncomfortable for him but I felt sorry for him because he was just like, he's one of those people that needs that they were talking about who need to get their act together in regards to.
Oh, serious?
In regards to how
they cover.
Yeah, how they cover. Because he doesn't know. And what I liked about it is that he recognised, because if you don't know, you don't know. Yeah. And he was just like, I asked him, I was like, so when, like, before the whole Sterling thing come out with the whole racism and everything, I was like, did you recognise that there was a problem? And he was just like, no, I honestly didn't know. Like, he said, if he would report anything bad, he didn't realise it was like a conditioning thing or whatever.
It's
but that's exactly what I said, isn't it?
Yeah, he didn't realise.
It's only like, but that's the thing about, like, when something's like in the unconscious, you don't know, and it's hard to make you see that.
And then when he said,
that's why it's only like a minority who, and minorities will see it, like a minority as in like the numbers wise, and then when you say something, it's like, you got a problem. Until now, you see, if everyone starts talking, then it's like, oh no, there is an issue. Because
so then he
everyone's
said,
doing it.
When Sterling put out his post and put the two headlines, Foden and...
Then he realised.
Yeah, he was just he wouldn't even... Until they were right next to each other, he said he wouldn't even flop.
Do you know when like, this is perfect example of like the unconscious bias kind of stuff. Start of the season, we'll dig back in the archives of the pods. Do you remember when... in September when Hazard was the best player in the world because he scored a couple goals. Remember we were speaking once and I was like, I goes, look, he started really, really well, and every Tom, Dick and Harry on the TV and everything was like, he's got to be the best player in the world. He's the best player in the Prem right now. And do you remember I said, if you look at it, if you're gonna go by the numbers, because that's what they were going off, he's scored this amount and he's assisted this amount. And then I said, do you remember?
Sterling,
and I said, if they're going to say that...
I was trying to look for that earlier this week to find the clip.
And I said, if they're going to say that, then why are they not saying it about Sterling now that Sterling's done that? Now, from September, look now. Look what Sterling's done compared to what Hazard's done again. But what have they said?
That group where I said it. Even in that group, I said
Sterling. What have they said? Like Hazard, they just don't talk about it. But do you see the difference is, with Hazard, not to, like, I got a problem against him, but I've said it for a long time. If Hazard doesn't do well or play well, it's the team, or they just don't say nothing. Yeah, when Hazard does well, wicked, Hazard, which he deserves. But then you don't even realise it, but when you have an argument with someone and if you're not paying attention, it's like, no, Hazard's class, because you've never heard him being called anything else. Whereas Sterling, unless you watch it or you're conscious of what they're saying and taking in and take everything in, you're like, hold on, this boy's really good actually. Yeah. Look at him now. And even now, you don't really hear him saying, he's the best in the Prem. No. He's not, don't get me wrong, but shouldn't there be an argument?
I reckon he's England's best player. Right now.
I'd still go, England?
I reckon he's England's best player.
No, as in I'm talking like they were saying in the Premier League, like when they were saying about Hazard. And I still said, like, from then, like, Aguero's Aguero, innit? And I'd say the same thing now, but what I'm saying is, why is Raheem not in the conversation?
Yeah, no, and even...
And that's the bias.
And even that guy that I was talking to yesterday, I shouldn't really think that guy, but he was saying now he knows a lot of people in the press feel like they have to say something good. Yeah. Because they have to say something good. Like, and I'm just like, no, just report as you see it. But
or do you know what it is, it's
not even report you see it. It's just don't talk about unnecessary.
But
things.
Or don't.
Do you get what I'm actually trying to say?
Because at the end of the day, if he has a bad game, you're entitled to say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't talk about him going to the shop. Don't talk about if his car's
Yeah.
dirty. Don't talk about what he's bought. Don't talk about unnecessary stuff.
That and on top of, like, if anyone has a bad game, then say they've had a bad game. But it's pick and choose.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because unless Sterling like probably come out and done that, then even more of the public would have still been.
Would have been against.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, and that's what I was saying to the man. So he was saying how, okay, very quickly, he works for a press publication, newspaper publication, very well known one, and he was saying he's chief editor. Yeah, he's got 68 people working below him. 2 are women, all the rest are men. None are black. And he says he doesn't know what to do because he says he puts out the adverts when he's hiring or whatever. He gets 250 applicants. None of them are black. Hardly any are women. 6 are women. And so he was struggling to be like, right, what do we have to do? And stuff like that. And I was just like, listen, I don't know. But what I do know is that if anyone looking at your team, that anyone from black and ethnic minority that looks at your team, they're going to look at it and think, no, I don't really want to be part of that. So you got to do something, and he wanted to actually get something done. I don't know what they can do.
Do you know the problem? The problem you don't want is you, and I'm a big believer that you can't just give, like a lot of these companies end up giving roles out to people that actually in reality don't actually deserve it, and they like. I had something today, even a part for this restructure that I've been a part of. Yeah, one of the people very higher up only kept her role because apparently she's a lady. Now that's poor. Like it should be if you're the best person for the job.
They do things to like, and this is another thing that was being said. So basically, I went to BCom's event, and everything and anything, whatever, but they were saying how a lot of people are hiring people just to tick boxes.
Just to tick boxes, yeah. That isn't fair.
And
because you're diluting performance. You're diluting the quality.
Yeah. Just for the sake of
looking like you're doing something. But
Yeah.
in reality, that could be, quote unquote, actually a part of the problem because you're actually looking at the different categories of people as opposed to looking at the qualification and the quality of the people. And if the quality are from one background, then it's your job in order to be more diversely minded and make sure that you pick up on these cues. You don't need to hire more people of a particular creed or caste.
Yeah,
you don't need to do that. Yeah. You just need to pay better attention.
Yeah, just to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, look at them. They've got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're employing like
hit our quota.
Yeah.
You know, America's all about, what's it called, affirmative action or something.
Because even Leon Mann, I want to get Leon on actually. Leon Mann anyway. He was saying as well, like he's fed up with looking on like Sunday supplement, them talking about who the best African player is in the thing, but there's not even one player, like there's not one black person on the panel who might actually know.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Fed up with talking about the Raheem Sterling case.
They're just talking about
watching Sunday supplement, but they're all coming from middle-aged white men. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
See, I don't really take it to that level, but I understand his point.
No, but he's saying it from a black journalist point of view, or just a black person's point of view. Do you get what I'm saying? But I fully agree with him.
Do you know what? Do you know where the problem is? Shall I tell you the issue? Although you've got a great point, the problem is that there's going to be people that run with this and they're going to run too far. Because no, 100%, no pun intended, of course. But they are generally going to run too far because it's going to be one of those where people are now, like I'm saying, they feel like they can't have an opinion on a topic, and the problem becomes, for example, you can't. There's some people in this world that believe that if you are white, you can't have an opinion on a black issue. I think that's the most stupidest thing on the planet because regardless of the color, it's still an issue, right?
Yeah.
There are people on the planet equally that believe if you're black, you can't have an opinion on a white issue, which is equally stupid. So the problem that you've got there is that everyone should be able to talk about anything. But what you should have when you've got the available bodies and available people is that you should have representation across the board.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have there shouldn't be a narrative where it's like, okay, I might, do you know, they shouldn't even come up.
Yeah.
It shouldn't even come up.
No, it's true what you say. Like,
no,
I think that as well.
So,
like, if you, go on, you say something.
No, it's just a quick one. It's just on your point. Like, everyone should have their issue or whatever. But I just believe that if you're talking about black issues or something like that, for example, you should have a black person there.
Yeah, but it depends on the
Because-
perspective you come from. Though.
No, it is what it is. Like,
I can't now talk about being a chav or chavish lifestyles or
If you're a
whatever I
chav,
see in
if you're a chav, yeah.
But I'm clearly not.
No,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm far from.
No,
Exactly.
I think you're right. Like I'd say, like there should be like some
There
representation.
should be
there.
representation.
Exactly.
But everyone should like
Everyone should have an opinion.
Everyone should have an opinion.
Of course,
But my
have
thing
your
is,
opinion.
but your opinion is like you've got your opinion based on whatever you know and whatever, but you can't live and die by the opinion.
Exactly.
No, of course
Do
not.
you know what I mean?
Because you
So
don't live
you're
and breathe.
more like, okay, this is what I think, and we have a convo, and I'm gonna learn something from you because
But
you're
I
walking
feel
in
like-
shoes
do
that
you know
I
what I feel
can't
like?
I can't walk in.
100%.
Whether that's black
Okay,
or white
okay,
or
so-
whichever way
so
it
I
wait,
is.
feel
is
like
it-
the problem. I feel like the problem though is that people aren't stating their position as being their view. They're stating their position as being a factual position.
Okay, so
which is the in essence the
Okay.
issue.
Yeah,
'Cause you can't be factual about something like you're saying you know nothing about.
Okay, so
you
here
can
is-
have an
here is-
opinion on something.
so we're gonna
Obviously, when you get things like serious like knife crime and all that sort of
so
stuff, in
okay,
fairness,
okay, but
you
we're
can't
going to
have
keep it football
people
now.
like white people. To be fair, if they're not from a
No, but that's what I'm saying.
environment that
They
promotes that,
they
do you know
can
what I mean?
still they're gonna have an opinion based on
And
whatever
that's
it
what
is they got from
is
it.
it that ITV weatherman who jumped in and said,
Yeah.
I've been
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
so
you just
it is.
can't. You can't live and die.
It
by
is.
You can't, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You can't.
So
present
that
it as
Sterling thing,
Yeah. This is
that
just
whole
what I think.
Sterling issue when he
Yeah.
come out and said what he said, I don't know why, because it's massive. That was massive in the world. Like, I can't see you debating Sterling racism and saying whether or not it's a real thing, whether or not you feel that the media are biased against black people or whatever. I can't see you having that conversation and not having a black person there, because all you can talk about are your experiences. So
Yeah.
if you're going to talk about that, like with your experiences, you're going to have to have someone who's on the other side of things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
then
that I
all it's
get.
going to sound like is that they ain't really a problem, which is what you get. They ain't
Well, that
really
I
a
get,
problem.
But do you know where I counter that? I counter that from the point of view that if you're speaking about it from the perspective of being factual, for example, the Adrian Durham thing, right? What he said about Moore. All he's done is look at the facts. He hasn't said, I believe that this is this. All he said is, there is a clear issue here because the fact says X, Y, and Z. And he listed 4 or 5 things where, to be fair, factually you can't argue against them. Whether you're white, pink, blue, purple, it don't actually matter. You just can't argue it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is for me, and where all these absolute cowboys on Twitter were kind of vilifying him, saying, "Oh yeah, but you ain't got black presenters." That's part of the problem because that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color he is. The fact is, he stated a fact, and the fact is, if a white player or someone white had picked up the Sterling thing and gone, you know what, this is wrong.
Yeah, no.
You know?
He's
I don't
alright
think
for
that
having-
would have been. I don't think that would have.
No, he's alright
been
for
an
having,
issue.
because at the end of the
That
day,
would've
he's got a
created
job.
an issue.
He's got a job. If I'm here and I'm a radio host on TalkSport, and you can have your opinion, but if you're going to have a panel and discuss things like solutions and whatever,
That's the problem.
it's only right that
100%.
that you have the correct.
But that's what I'm saying. That's
you know, there's
exactly
probably
the issue.
people listening to this thinking, like, where's all the football?
Yeah, it's football. It's about football.
No, but it's
Sunday stuff.
no. You have to hear this. But yeah, in regards to Sterling, furthermore, where are we putting him? I proper think he's up there right now. You know,
He's good, but he's still got a way to go.
100%. But
And he's
I
still
think
wasteful in front of goal. But no, I mean, you can't knock the season.
You still think
having.
he's wasteful? I don't think he's
Yeah.
wasteful. I think he could be better. I
You know,
don't think
last season, like specifically, because I watched more City.
he
than
probably
them.
would have hit 30 goals.
He missed like
Yeah.
20
Question,
goals.
though.
Up
Yeah.
there.
Let me ask you a question. Is he playing well or is he just having a bigger impact?
I think both.
Do you think both, yeah?
I think both.
It's what I'm saying. I've not seen enough City.
Really?
From what-
You haven't seen no City?
From what I've seen,
Not, since December, I ain't really seen football.
from what I've
properly.
seen, I think he's playing better, but I think his impact is greater. I don't actually
Yeah, both.
think... Yeah, it's both. But what I'm saying is that I think that one outstrips the other still. I
The
think
impact.
the impact is... You can't ignore it. It's massive. And in fairness to him as well, he seems to be in a place where, obviously, in order to enjoy football at that level and to do what he does, you've got to be mentally tough in it. He seems like he's mentally a lot stronger.
I think he just
Do you know what I
knows
mean?
right now that he's on fire.
He can do it.
Yeah, you could just see he just oozes like the confidence.
He oozes
right now.
confidence. That's it, yeah.
And he knows,
Yeah.
like, after everything that happened, like, now everyone's behind him as well.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah. Now it's like, oh, well, I can I've got weight off my shoulders.
Because imagine he was doing everything before with everyone putting him down, but he was still performing.
Yeah.
And then he just let his football.
Tell you what, it's so funny when he put out about I finally got a positive
from Piers.
Positive review. Yeah. I found that hilarious.
You know what? I think I've said this before on the podcast. I don't know. I don't think Pep is having Mahrez, you know.
Do you know what?
I don't think he's having Mahrez.
It is sparing.
Because you know when a lot of the time, because how Mahrez plays, we all know what Mahrez can do in it.
Quality player.
But there's certain times Mahrez just does not. Like greed in that Pep team.
Yeah, it's not on.
It's not on.
It's not on.
No, it's not.
It's not on. And Mahrez, there's certain times where the correct option is there, and you can get away with that at Leicester.
Yeah, but he's new. He's new to the thing as well, man.
Nah, bro. We're no.
He's new to the set.
We're in thingy. Like, there's this. I'm not saying like you have to, because he's adapted to the way they play. You can see that. You can see he fits in.
No,
but
in terms of like greed and stuff, like it's still early days for him.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's his first season.
It's his first season, but you can.
I don't understand.
When did he go in the
understand
summer? When did he go in the summer?
Yeah, it's not, but in terms of greed.
In terms of just changing the way you play.
No, but it's greed. No, you can change greed.
I don't.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think you can.
No, you can.
If there's better options,
It's just conscious.
if your decision,
he's just not conscious. He doesn't. Yeah,
it's decision making.
Yeah.
Well, his decision making's got to improve, innit? Give him a chance. Let him get through a season.
It's consciousness.
I expect better from you. Anyway, sure, Peggy, you're allowed it. So,
oh, thank you. It's no. Do you know what? It's one like. I mean, look at the start of the season. Everyone was like, because Sane wasn't really playing, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's got a problem with Sane."
No, I think but he come out and said that.
He said
no, it wasn't a problem.
He just said he just knows his level's higher, and
he just needs to
he
play
doesn't
better
do right.
and do more, which is fair enough. I don't think that's a problem. And sometimes the camera, you know, when it cuts to Pep's face after Mahrez does a madness, and it's too many times.
Yeah.
You know, with some people, mistakes happen, but he's still there. Like, no, like, do better. Mahrez is like, you know what? Yeah, I need to buy somebody in the
probably
summer.
after he missed that pen, innit? Against Liverpool.
In fairness, though, he looked like his old confidence went after that.
Who, Mahrez?
Yeah, sly.
Maybe. I saw that they're buying somebody to replace Fernandinho.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Who are they looking for?
I can't remember.
Why are they getting rid of him? Age?
It's age. Yes, they have to look for a replacement.
Brother, he's been a rock.
I heard that. No. People are getting onto Pep. When I looked at my Twitter, they were like, "Oh, typical." What? So you couldn't find a player in your youth team to do that job? Yeah. Pep can't.
But he maybe he couldn't. Do you know what I mean?
People never look at that. The fact that maybe he couldn't.
Like not saying that they're not good enough, but
no, but for that level, maybe they're not good.
If they're not good enough, then what do you want him to do?
Yeah, especially someone to go straight in.
Well, this is it. That's a position where it's not even like, okay, go and take turns with someone and kind of learn your craft. I need someone kind of ready-made in there.
Yeah.
Or it goes tits up because City are not the greatest defensively, so it's a big position for them.
Yeah, Gundogan not signing a new contract apparently as well.
Is he not?
No?
He's not going to sign, I don't think.
Is he mad?
I mean, he must have his reasons, obviously.
Nah, it's the wrong reason, bruv.
What could his reasons be? Money?
No. Maybe he just wants more money, number one. Number two,
you just got to chill, bruv.
Maybe he just wants to play week in, week out, but he plays quite a lot.
Bro, he plays ball, man.
He played, bruv. City's going for the quadruple here, bro.
Yeah, he's got.
Everyone's getting games.
There is a lot of football.
I think he's come on leaps and bounds though.
He switches.
He does.
The only thing he don't really change is
that
that back four. He don't really
Zinchenko's getting a lot.
He's playing.
He's doing all right.
Zinchenko's good, man.
And he made the right decision because I remember at the beginning of the season, Wolves wanted him, and it wasn't even a loan. They wanted like to pay money for him, and he was just like, "No, I want to fight for my place." And I was thinking, at the time, I was thinking, "You're mad." What like? It worked out for Mendy, who's just always out injured.
Injured, man. It's a sad one, you know.
What injury is this one?
Some player as well, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, he's good, man.
Some player.
And he's proper wicked around the camp as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that.
Good personality, innit?
But you know what?
Like genuine, like wants everyone to win. Do you know what I mean?
You know all of that. You know all of that is enough to like keep the manager on your side.
100%.
Of course it is.
And like to keep giving you contracts 100%. And whatever.
But you need, bruv, when the circles were over there, you want to know that there's man that keeping everything together.
Keeping everything tight. It's funny enough, just on injured players, I saw this tweet. I think it might have been a tweet or even on Instagram. I think it was Clichy. who put it up about Abu Dhabi.
You know, when you said injury, I was just thinking Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
that's one of my.
And he put it up and he said, if only the
Oh.
world had seen you properly. Yeah, it was kind of a bit. It was a bit sad. And then I went onto Abu Dhabi's page, and obviously he don't really play ball no more. But you could see there were certain moments.
He's
in
retired
his career,
now, isn't he?
Yeah, and you just think to yourself, you know what? If only we did see the best of him.
Bruh,
Do you know what
I
I mean?
remember one game, a couple games. It was against Liverpool. Can you not remember that? When Podolski first come. And we had a centre midfield of Cazorla, Diaby. Oh my gosh. Can't remember the last one. It's going to bug me. Cazorla, Diaby, I don't know, Podolski. And they were just unreal. And Diaby was just different.
Awesome.
I remember there was a period, I don't know if it was his first season, but there was a period where for like 3 or 4 games, I thought, this guy's unreal.
This guy's different.
And then literally,
Injured.
Got injured.
he didn't even get injured.
I
at
think it was
first.
his second season.
It was like before
He got
Christmas.
injured I swear it was Sunderland as well.
And then after
It stayed him
Christmas, I watched him in the game and I thought, bruv, like, is he eating too much Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
Like, he just looked proper, bruv, like, Christmas fucked with him. And then after that, like, he got injured and then, the injuries was just, but he had a few big ones. That's the problem.
Yeah,
man.
I remember when...
Once you get more than one big one,
Well, didn't he dislocate?
he done his finger at Sunderland.
Dislocated his
innit?
ankle. Sunderland, yeah. Dislocated his ankle, but then broke his bone and his leg as well at the same time.
You know when if you get 2 big injuries, it's hard for your
hard
career,
work.
man.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I mean, I remember when he knocked out John Terry, though.
You know,
You don't remember that?
The boot is his face.
I was buzzing, man.
Can you remember that?
John Terry's sleeping, bruv.
I know, and then he went
They still
to...
beat us again.
Oh no, because of
Fucking
Drogba, man.
Senderos and Drogba.
Senderos used to...
Philippe Senderos.
It was literally Drogba that finished.
Yeah,
Senderos.
of course. I think he still has nightmares.
Can you remember? Who was it? Someone recently come out and said how Senderos used to be shaking before...
Yeah, do you know why? Because it got to him.
Yeah.
Like,
Before the
do
Chelsea
you know
matches.
why?
Before the Chelsea
Because
matches.
it used to go around.
Yeah.
It got to him. Do you know what I say? I say that the fucking defenders, William Gallas, Colo Torre, didn't do fucking enough to protect him. Bro,
Yeah, but you're
they
asking,
know they
you're
can
asking-
match Didier for strength and for speed.
You're asking Gallas to sat on
Bro,
the pitch with
Gallas
his
is
flipping
a
perm
fucking prick.
to flipping...
No,
I don't
he's
give a
but
fuck. Shit leader. That's for me, he's a fucking terrible captain.
He's a weak leader after he's done all that on the
Terrible
pitch. But it's difficult in like if Drogba just knows and he's
Yeah,
just
but bro,
always gonna go on to Senderos,
I've
what can
played
you do
against
as other
teams,
centre
yeah? Alright,
half?
let me tell you something. I've played against teams, where they've got one defender who's a bit more like Vidic, who's a proper defender, and they got one who's a bit more like Ferdinand, Even Man United used to do it. Didier used to try to go towards he used to try to go towards Rio,
Yeah.
But guess what they would do? They would just switch.
Can't even hear me.
No,
They
but
would just switch.
But
It's
what-
just like, it's just basic.
That's-
you
that's
did
what
that
thing you
at
did.
under 13.
That's what thing you did against Man United. I mean, against Arsenal. Lindelof was having a bad time against Aubameyang. He just
Yeah,
switched.
you just switch. Just switch.
But no. But I tell you why it's different. Because you can switch who you like, but if you as a striker just decide to keep coming to me,
Yeah, but it's intelligence though. I get that.
it's not really intelligent.
No,
Like,
it
there's
is
nothing you
because
can do.
don't forget, as a striker, your movement's still got to be relative to play, and it's still got to be relative to where you can get the ball. But look at the moments he's killed Senderos.
No, but he wasn't finishing the movement. It's
Yeah,
literally
but that's my point. He wasn't finishing the movement, so it's easy. Just switch around.
No, you can switch around, but where it's like, if you switch now and I decide, okay, the ball's going to come from the back straight to me, you don't need movement for that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's
But
literally
that's my point.
peel off to you.
Because he was beating him from a static position.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't.
just poor
You're
from
just gonna
Sunderland.
vacate so much space, though, man.
That's just poor from
do what?
Sunderland.
You're gonna vacate so much space.
Nah, man,
If,
that's poor leadership at the back,
if
man.
If you're there and Daps is there, and I think, I'm just gonna play on Daps.
Yeah, but
even
bruv,
if
I've seen it
but
before.
if you come, you come over, there's space there.
Yeah, but I've seen.
Or
no,
I
no,
might,
no,
and then
but-
say Daps comes over now, and then I just say, okay, I'm gonna come off you, but I'm gonna play like 5 yards in front of Daps over there.
Yeah,
So
do it.
Daps not gonna come and get me.
Yeah,
but
so guess what you do? You drop your centre midfielder in and you screen.
And then now they can overload us in there.
But don't forget, football is a game of overloads anyway. Regardless of where you want to pitch, there's going to be an overload at some point. But there's some overloads that hurt
could
you,
hear
and
me
there's
calling
some
you.
that just don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And there's areas where you can have an overload, but you let the team have it. Do you know why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're not hurting you. But the problem I had was I used to watch those games, and if the stories are true, and the man used to be shaking in the dressing room, I'm not being funny, It don't take 2 cents of a brain to think, you know what, Philippe? You're my, like the way I was raised about football, you're my centre midfield partner, or my centre back partner, or the right back if I'm playing right wing. Do you know what? If you're not really on it today, I'm gonna see if I can help you out a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
help
no,
me help
I
your
hear
mate
that.
out. But Did you ever get the sense at Arsenal they were ever helping Sender that? Ever with Drogba?
But then,
not at all.
then there's Wenger out because then he shouldn't be playing a man that's shaking before a game.
Yeah, but this is not about Wenger.
And
This is
then-
about the man on the pitch who can make the decision.
No, but then he shouldn't. He shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, no,
he
I
shouldn't
get
be
that.
at that club.
I get that, but this is not a Wenger because he's shaking, take him out. This is, I'm looking at you and thinking, I need you to be your best today because I need to get this result as much as you need to get.
I know, but then
so I'm thinking to myself, do you know what?
But for me to come and play your game, I can't play my game.
No, but it's not playing his game because you're both centre halves. It's not like you're saying a right back to come centre back. You're both centre backs, and they're playing one striker.
But
so
the
more time, one person is free.
Yeah, but
So
I'm
I'm not having
that.
that. People like Gallas can go suck his mum. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he can go suck his mum. Do you know why? Yeah, no, straight up. Do you know why? Because to be fair to Johan Jury, yeah, when Sendros played the Jew tried to do it, and I could see it.
No, but the thing is,
why don't Colo Touré or fucking Gallas do
I'll
that?
tell you why it's difficult.
Why?
I'll tell you why it's difficult because
Centre back ain't
because
a difficult position to
it's
switch
not-
in.
it's
Centre
not-
midfielders are constantly switching.
No, but it's not. Yeah, they're constantly switching.
Constantly.
But like, it's Drogba. Drogba's the guy that's
I get that, though.
that's doing.
He's
things.
initiating it.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, I get that.
if you two switch now,
Yeah.
and I've been coming to you the whole time,
Yeah,
there's nothing stopping me from then.
switching back.
Oh no, let me
Yeah,
let
but
me
do you
just
know?
go
Yeah,
here.
but I get that. But
And you
think
can't,
about-
and wait, hold on.
There's only certain amount of switching you can do, is what
And
you're
you can't,
saying.
you can't go through the match thinking, you know what, he's gonna be in a bit of trouble. Let me go there because, like you said, you're just gonna leave gaps. Like I would.
Nah, you won't at centre back, man.
You aren't leaving gaps.
You won't.
You're definitely leaving gaps.
Steps. Football's played 5 or 10 yards away from your man.
Bro,
There is
I'm
no
telling
way.
you,
There is no way. If the
I'm
ball is
telling you,
not,
you're leaving
if
gaps.
the
I
ball
play
is not in a
centre back,
position, bro. Trust me, I've played centre back. I never should have played centre back, but trust me, I
Exactly.
did.
You just said it yourself. You never should have.
No. I never
'Cause
should
you're
have.
leaving
But,
holes.
but you know what I did? I used my brain. I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. So, and bear in mind, I'm 5'9", yeah? There's a man who's 6'1", and I'm for some reason playing with what do you call it? With a proper defender, just because I needed to play there. And guess what I said to him every time the man came over to me? Yeah, John, switch. Do you know why? Because
You can't.
when it's
You
aerial,
can't do that.
I'm not beating him in the air.
Yeah, if it's
I'm
aerial.
not- yeah, but that's not-
if you're setting up
Bro,
from a goal kick,
I'm
if
telling
you're
you,
setting up from a goal kick,
I
or the
wish-
keeper's
let's
got
get a
the
centre
ball,
back on
you've
it.
got
The
time.
thing is,
You've got time
we're
to do
talking,
that.
We're talking
But
about the
in-game-
Premier League.
Exactly.
We're talking about a good Chelsea team, a team that had like Ballack
mate,
coming
I
through
think-
midfield,
I think-
a team that had like Lampard. So if
football-
we have that, no, but if we had the back four, like for example, and then
Yeah.
left back, centre back, thing, and then this one comes here, and I'm like, in that as we go to do the little change and whatever, say it comes into Drogba and he bounces it back, and then
Yeah, but you wouldn't
someone
change in that
plays it.
moment,
No, but it's easy to say that in the moment, but the game plays so quick.
No. Do you know why I know it's not?
No. I know
Hear
what
me
you're
out,
saying.
because
Yeah.
there's times, I'm seeing it,
No, there's
and the
times
ball
where
is
you
in
can comfortably.
Chelsea's half.
Yeah.
Clearly. Like there's no
Okay,
pressure on the back.
I would understand
And
that,
all of a
man.
sudden,
Go on.
Chelsea have potentially one punt. You see when all the times you're playing a tiki-taka and then before we lose the ball, there is enough time for Arsenal players to be able to see the sequence and for your centre-back, if your centre-back's trying to help you out, to go, do you know what, switch. And shall I tell you why I know you can do it? Because I've done it in centre midfield plenty of times. And if anything, more traffic comes through centre midfield.
Okay.
So I'm playing my centre midfield partner and there might be a player that, say my centre midfield partner's he's a little bit stiff. He wants to just sit a little bit because he's not really on it, yeah? And I want to do the legs for him, yeah? And I'm seeing that the man who wants to run him is always coming off me, always going to him. That's what I'm saying to him. Even Herrera did it.
No, but
I'm just saying, you know what? All right, Jay,
Lam.
come over here.
Lam.
And I'm doing it at moments where it's not gonna hurt us and it's not gonna hurt the team.
You can do that.
I'm not saying.
You can't
let me
do
just
that for 90 minutes.
let me just work it out. I'm not saying that he's never ever gonna be one-on-one with Senna. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you could reduce the impact and you can reduce
But all
the
it
amount
takes-
of time.
all it takes is
I know
one
that.
time
Daps,
for him
but
to-
at the same time, with Senderos, it just weren't one. It was 5, 6, 7,
can't-
8
But that
times.
could be but that could be. I could play dead, yeah, and like, okay, you do that, and I kind of sit with you. But then when I know that we're now gonna play forward, and in that heat of the moment where there's always that time where it's too late to pass
It's too
anyone
late.
on.
No, I get
and then I
that.
go and make my move. Do you know what I mean?
No, but that I get.
And
Or
I'm
there's
not
a cross coming
Yeah,
in.
but I'm not
and
saying that's never gonna happen.
And as the cross comes in, I do a bit of movement.
Yeah,
and now
of
I'm
course.
in.
Yeah.
Bang.
No.
Like,
You're missing
that's
the
what I'm
point.
talking
Those
about.
times, I get that because you can't physically. If you're any person with any brain who's played football, you can't physically try to switch. You just can't because you've got to stand your ground. And
But then there's no point then because if the ball's over there doing nothing, then he's not doing anything.
But the times when he's
Going
hurting
off
us,
for
the times when he's hurting us
Yeah.
is when they're playing a random. They ain't looked at it. They're just playing a random long ball into an area they know, quote unquote, Didier potentially will be. And I'm saying to myself, okay, if Chelsea know Didier potentially is going to be in the area and he's going to chase lost causes. Why in the world would you not fucking see that and go, do you know what? EO, you chill. I'll have that foot race today. I'll do that for you. Why would you not do that?
Lam, I think you're oversimplifying it.
I'm not, bro. Football's a simple game.
It's not that simple.
Bro, football's a simple game. I'm telling you, there's going to be people that listen to this podcast, yeah, and they're going to go, now you're chatting shit. Do you know why? Tell me, you ain't really played the game. I'm telling you the truth. I've played the game to a dynamic. No, not you. I'm saying there's people who are going to be listening to this and go, oh yeah, like, you can't do that. It's not practical. I'm telling you the truth. Help your mate out. And that's how I was coached. Help your mate out.
You should have played for
Arsenal. It's practical. I should have played for Arsenal.
Yeah, you should have.
Do you know what? I should have gone all the way there. I should have 100%. Do you know why? Because I would have led that team. No, straight up. I would have led that team better than Gallas. I would have led that team better than Gallas. And do you know what? I would have been saying to them, hey, hold on a minute. William, he's fucked. Like, help him out.
No,
help him out.
But this is
fucked.
Okay. Look,
he's physically fucked.
You can help him out sometimes, but we're like you said, this is top level football.
Yeah, but these are top level players,
and everything is in that split second.
Senderos.
They're playing at top level, so they're top level players. You can say they're not top level,
but then there's levels. Drogba
he was at a good team.
Well, we weren't a good team.
We weren't top level. I'd say then, like Senderos times.
Yeah, but
when that final,
we were competing
Champions League final.
Bro, not even that.
No, that was
before
the year after.
No, it was like a couple years before.
When Senderos, the cup final, you're talking.
Was that not Carling Cup?
The Carling Cup final.
Yeah,
Carling Cup final was after Champions League.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I'm saying we wasn't a top level team then. No.
Oh.
Yeah, but bro, in fairness, we weren't the best team. They were the better team.
Yeah.
But
no, I know what you're saying. But I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is Makelele made a career of screening. He made a career out of screening.
Yeah,
screening,
but Makelele was the best.
Thing.
But Makelele was the best to ever do.
Screening is don't matter. Screening is the most basic thing as centre midfielder learns. It is the most basic thing. Yeah, but
there's an intelligence to it.
Okay, cool. Though. So now what you're saying, like, I get that if you're asking your centre midfielder to screen, that's different.
If I'm playing,
you're asking your fellow centre back to continue to come and
you don't need to. No, the point is you shouldn't have to ask. No, you're not listening. The point is you shouldn't have to ask.
Okay,
if someone's having a bad day at the office, yeah, I was always coached, help your teammate out. If you're helping your teammate out means, you know what, you pick up the man that's killing them, you pick him up. It just doesn't matter. You just pick him up.
Okay. That also means he shouldn't.
Yeah, I get that bit, but there's nothing you can do about that. But I'm talking about what you can control as a player on the pitch. Okay. You can't control whether the gaffer puts him on the pitch.
I hate what you're
saying. The manager put him on. You
can't do that for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I never said you could.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. You don't.
But no one's ever said you got to do it for 90 minutes. What I'm saying is that you could do it to a percentage where it reduces the man's impact on the man who can't fucking do it.
Assuming
no, but for him to score, he just like, you know what I mean. He'll pop up and score. Like that, to score takes seconds.
Yeah, but bro, we're talking about Senderos' isolated mistakes and his inability to play against one player. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the sequential and how the goals going. I'm not talking about that.
You can talk.
I'm talking about the man's impact of going 1-on-1 because essentially you got one striker. I know, but essentially you got one striker isolating one player, right, and picking on this one player, and no one in his team thought, you know what, have a breather. Let me have it. No one person. Come on.
You could.
And you're telling me about top level. That ain't top level.
Let's wrap this up.
Bullshit.
I said Arsenal got
top level. No, but that's what I'm saying. But you're saying it's top level players. Okay. That's not a top level attribute.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. You could talk about helping out your teammate, all you like, but the players aren't good enough to actually carry that out. There's nothing you can do.
Well, clearly that's the point. But you lot are telling me that, you can't do it, you can't do it. I'm telling you
can help your teammate out, but what you're asking is definitely going to leave gaps, 100%.
It won't, no, Daps. If you do it at the right time, how's it going to leave gaps? And you know what? Even if it does leave gaps, and I'll just explain to Mike, even if it does leave gaps and it's an overload in a position where it ain't gonna hurt you, what's the point?
So who else is in the England squad then?
No. Don't say who else in the England squad.
James Ward-Prowse.
I'm just saying. I know for a fact, that team fucked him. That is what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong.
I hear that.
He fucked himself, clearly.
We have to
Wenger fucked him, clearly.
Agree to disagree.
But I know that team showed poor leadership. I know if that was the days where he played with Keown, Adams, Sol Campbell, people like that, they would have quickly, no, but even if they did, they would have quickly recognised that. And I've actually seen that happen. I've seen it. Do you know why? I've seen it happen when, who was it that played against Keown and Adams? And Adams couldn't run for shit, right? When they kept playing the ball over the top. Guess what Keown did? He just switched all the time. So you're telling me it can't be done? Of course it can be done.
That's very different. Okay, cool.
How's that different? It's the same thing.
No. Let's agree to disagree here.
Bro, it's not an agree to disagree. It's a fact. It can happen. It 100% can happen.
Let's agree to disagree.
It isn't an agree to disagree thing. It just isn't.
Okay,
That's like you
let's
telling
agree
me
to disagree. That is
that's
not a
like you
disagreement.
telling me. That's like you telling me that one player playing the screen and a player playing a quarterback is an agree to this. It's clearly not. It's two completely different things. Makalele can't do what Carrot can do. Carrot can't do what Makalele can. Fact.
Listen.
There is no agree to disagree.
Listen.
It isn't.
That's a different argument.
I know, it's best.
Because you're asking them both to screen. One can do it, one can't. There is no difference.
Because one's good at it, one's not good at it.
Precisely my point. So if you played in the same team, you get the one to do the thing they're good at. You get the other one to do the thing
that's why they
they're good at.
wouldn't have played in the same team screening then.
Why not?
One would have done it in one.
What, so you never see the team who could play two holders?
They play two holders, but one would play predominantly will screen.
One predominantly screens and the other one predominantly plays.
The better one, yeah.
Yeah, that's my point. And we had
So
that
they
at centre back.
can't. So they can't be
No,
the
but
same.
we had that at centre back. We had a centre back who could actually properly defend, and we had one who was a bit shit.
Which one?
But he couldn't do anything, Centre Ross.
Yeah, but no, but he could do something.
Nah, he couldn't.
He's just a body.
He was just there. He was just there, bruv.
And you have people like Gallas and Torre. You should be ashamed of yourself, man.
James Ward-Prowse is in the squad.
Yeah, good pick.
Shout out, Prowse.
Have you seen him recently? Bruv, dead ball, yeah.
Yeah, he's quality, like Beckham.
Like, I always say that's all I see to him, to be honest. Like, dead ball. And he's been banging them in. Southampton. Tottenham. Ali, that's who he played against.
Okay, 2-1, that game.
Yeah.
How did he play?
Ali didn't do anything.
The usual.
Yeah, the usual Ali. But you know what's funny, though?
Yeah.
So
What you
all
say?
the geezers got to him. A few megs.
You know what's funny, though?
And this to the rest.
And that what's that thing?
Remember you were saying...
And that little brown little highlight he's got in his head.
Remember you were saying that against Arsenal, you watched him and literally for 10 minutes straight and it's just that forward run.
Always.
Do you know what? Tottenham missed that differently. Tottenham missed that because I was watching Tottenham a couple of times where
There's no penetration.
yeah, there's nothing.
Zero.
So I
All
see
static.
what Ali brings,
All static.
but that's not enough because 9 out of 10 times you make that run, you're not getting the ball.
Yeah, no. Do you know what? It works because we had Xhaka as centre back and who was the other one? I forgot his name now. So it worked because we were just all over the shop defensively.
Was it Socrates that
But
playing that game?
it works well as well because Kane like will look to receive, but
Yeah.
he'll drop very deep to
And
it.
it takes somebody away.
So when he goes, then
Pulls the
Kane
skates.
goes.
Suck the defender in.
So
Boom.
and
Do you know
Ali
what?
goes.
I saw that at its best when I watched England-Nigeria at Wembley. Yeah? And you know what? When you watch Ali in live and you see that live, you can see he's actually intelligent and you can see he knows what he's doing when he's doing
He's
that.
good at making forward runs, but with me, they just made him about those forward runs now. Do you get what I'm saying? That's, that's all these
No,
games.
that's what I'm saying. Like when I watched him live, I looked and I
Has to be
thought,
more
okay,
to you.
now I can see why he plays.
You can see why he plays. Yeah,
But
100%.
like for me personally, I don't think
Yeah.
he does enough. But I can see the understanding
I think you need more.
with why he plays. And obviously, like he does that run 10 times. And
it only takes one to score, innit?
Well,
Or
that's
one
and he
to get
scored.
in,
And
or
he
to create something else.
and that was a game where he did score. Do you know what I mean? And when he's having a good season, he'll get 15,
He'll
20
get
goals
15
doing that.
just doing a third man.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this is what, to be fair though, this is what Glenn Hoddle used to say about
Callum Wilson's in the squad as well.
about what's his name? About Scholes, innit? Because Scholes was on the third man run. Lampard used to do a third man run.
Yeah.
Michael Ballack used to do third man runs. So it's effective. It's an effective midfield.
But the difference
trait,
is though,
innit? Obviously, yeah. There's more all round quality.
Yeah.
There's more all round quality.
Yeah.
I get that.
very quickly, last one before we wrap this one up. I was saying today, I tweeted, I don't know if you lot saw it, that it's funny how, you know when Pogba was proper doing rubbish under Mourinho, yeah? And then, now that Mourinho's gone, he's flourishing, let's say. He's flourishing, and all is forgiven. Why aren't people doing the same with Lukaku?
Yeah, 'cause I think people could, I don't know. Let me not talk about it.
Because under Mourinho...
Every time I say something
No,
about
no,
him,
do you know...
he scores, and I can't have him bang. How many goals he's got to get to lose that bet?
Don't know, he's just got to score more than Aubameyang.
It's not.
To lose that bet.
How much has he got? What in the Prem?
Yeah.
What's Aubameyang on now?
Aubameyang's like 20.
No, he's not on 20 yet. He's
he
not
not?
on 17, 18. I'll get up in a sec.
What's the Lukaku one then?
Don't know, but he's been banging in goals, getting kind of close to it.
Probably like 12, 13.
No, I don't think so.
More?
I think less.
Nah, he won't score more Prem
He
than
won't score more.
Aubameyang.
Nah, no way. If them two play.
Yeah. So, basically, Pogba's now playing well, and everyone's blaming, Mourinho. When Mourinho was there, he was rubbish. Solskjaer's come, he's proper good. You know, yeah, he's best, blah, 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 whatever. Lukaku, though, they just put it down to him just being rubbish. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm still seeing people like, I can't. You know, when you're linked with clubs, and you're like, yeah, so Lukaku, get him. And I'm just like, but why is it like he's playing well now, but you're still
No,
looking
okay.
at it like he's rubbish, even though he's a proven goal scorer.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he does get a hard run, to be honest. Like some of the things that the way people kill him, do you know what I mean? But he's another one who mentally he's a mentally strong boy as well. So I hope he does well, just not too well. But you know, even with like
Lukaku's
the on
And
12,
what's the Aubameyang one?
17.
yeah, he's not catching
He
it
ain't catching it.
because he won't
Lacazette's
play
on-
as much as
Lacazette's on 12 as well.
Lacks
I love
class.
Lacazette so
Who's
much.
top?
It's got to be Aguero. innit?
How much? 19.
18,
And Aubameyang's on what? 17.
17,
Is
Salah 17,
Come on, Aubameyang.
What's
Harry-
Mane on?
Mane 17,
What a player he is.
Sterling 15, Hazard 13.
By the way, was I right about Mane or was I right about Mane? What a player he is.
Yeah, no, he's a player, man.
What a player.
He's flying now, bruv.
Absolutely flying.
He's the top one. But you know, with the I've not seen a lot of Man United, but you know the way people are going on with Pogba, is it he's playing better than he did under Mourinho, or is he playing that good? Because the way some people are talking,
He's playing better. No, but
Is he
I
playing
think
that good,
I think anything.
I don't
that,
think
no
I've seen a
no
couple
he's
games,
playing better.
and I've seen a couple games where again he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, he's playing better. And
But the way people like, oh my, this is the Pogba we signed.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like
Do you know what
I
changed
think,
it though? You know when you score goals, because all of a sudden he's scoring now as well. So when you score goals, it kind of masks
It
over.
takes it.
yeah.
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 So no, he's don't get me wrong. He's doing much better.
No.
He's doing much
there
better.
was I forgot the first I think 2 or 3 where Ole took over. A specific what was it? Was it Bournemouth? I think they were home to Bournemouth, where I watched him, and again I was watching him. And I thought, yeah, no, he looks good. He looks
Do you
decent.
know what though?
But I haven't seen a game yet where I think,
Where you think, yeah, he's a
oh
worldie, innit?
my
No, but then
days.
you
know
still
what
have
it is?
games like against Arsenal, and there was one in the
Yeah, but
who did they play in Champions League? PSG first.
the first one,
leg was
yeah. No, but this is what
diabolical.
I'm
but do
saying.
do you ever watch him and think to yourself, if he played against, I feel like almost, this isn't, what I might say sounds ridiculous, yeah, but I almost feel like he's not playing against the ilk of player that should expose him and boss him. Do you know what I mean? Like, say this, if for my money, if he played against a Fabregas, yeah, and being like the last of that kind of player, yeah, who is not necessarily physical, not necessarily big and all that, but just gonna really just outclass you with the ball, yeah. I think you'd see Pogba for what you'd see the shortcomings properly, because at the moment, like you're saying, because he's scoring and he's not looking terrible, all of a sudden he's like you're saying, he's playing much better just under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's just not.
Shall I tell you what I
feel
find
like
with
the midfield's
Pogba?
a bit weird at the
As
minute
good as I think
in the league.
he is, or as good as I think he could be, I think, and people might think I'm mad for saying this, I don't think he's very good at that reading a game.
He's a reactor.
Yeah, he's not
a-
really.
he's a
I'm not. When I say read, I don't mean like Kante, like intercepting and whatever. I mean just in terms of when the ball's at his feet, he's able to do whatever and blah 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 blah. But in regards to like Fabregas's brain on the pitch, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
Like, I don't think he's got
I don't think so.
like
He's not
football
got,
intelligence like that.
He's not. For me, he's not.
What kind
He's
of
not,
player is he?
he's not got football IQ. Do you know when he would have been very, very good? Like, as in, you'd have looked and says, you know, he's wicked. In the old Prem era, when it was like 4-4-2,
Yeah.
box to box,
Yeah.
like playing with like Roy Keane or someone,
Yeah.
you'd have been like, oh my days,
It's different.
what a
different
player.
class.
Or playing like with Vieira or something.
Vieira,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? But when the game started to change and it's a bit more like with your brain now,
Yeah.
that's why, not necessarily, that's why I think he didn't do well under Mourinho. But Mourinho, I can imagine there was a lot more instruction
Yeah.
and tactics to go along with the way you play.
Yeah. What
Whereas
you
Ole,
need
and
to
people
do.
even say, the shackles
It's
are
a bit
off.
free, innit?
Yeah, it's
But that's
almost
exactly
like
it.
get the ball and
Express.
do what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Which, on the flip side, maybe you can look at it and say, okay, Mourinho should move with the times and understand
players have
Pogba
got
needed
whatever.
to do that and set everyone else up to protect his shortcomings.
Mm.
But then on the flip side as well, you should be able to carry out instructions.
Yeah, agreed.
So for me, he's not in that top bracket. I don't think he will get there.
You don't think he will get there?
Um,
Nah.
I don't think at United.
No, it's it's a hard one because he's got all the attributes. But again, like even though like with Ole and that he's playing a bit better, but again, like I said, I've not seen enough. But the games that I've seen, I've yet to see a game, like a match where I watch Pogba and I come away thinking, this boy is unreal.
It's unplayable.
I haven't watched one game like that.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't know, people out there, you might have watched a game or tell me a game and I'll go and watch it. But a full game where I've watched him, like I've watched like the David Silvers and I come away thinking, oh my God, this guy he just ran the game. Not scoring goals, because scoring goals and everything is a good addition, but actually controlling that game.
But that's why
and the game speeds up when I want it, and the game slows down when I want it. Like how Paul Scholes would do.
Yeah.
Run the game. I've not seen him do that.
And very quickly before we wrap up, I'm just going to make this one quick, 2 minutes. Because he's always on to me to have this debate. Ronaldo, Messi, all I'm going to say on that one is that they're both great. Let's just enjoy the time we have with them. If I'm being really honest, Ronaldo's my favourite player, but Messi's the best player. End of. That's for me anyway.
Lam?
But it's not a debate like who's better. I don't care who's better. Like, in fact, I know Messi's better. But Ronaldo's... No, I know Messi's better, but Ronaldo's my favourite player.
Nah, Messi's... Out of the two, Messi's mine. I pick Messi.
I'm under no illusions that Messi is the better player. But Ronaldo's my favourite.
It goes back to that argument we had on this, what constitutes better. But for me, I don't know. Messi for me is just naturally gifted, innit? And I like that in footballers.
Yeah, so, like I said, he's the better. It's not even a debate anymore, to be honest. And I was seeing people talk about, I can't believe, like, they need to put respect on, when Messi scored the goal. No, when Ronaldo scored the hat-trick, everyone was just like, he's the best or whatever. Messi scored that goal the other day, and then everyone was just like, you lot are saying Ronaldo's better just because he could score a couple headers on the back post like Emil Heskey.
To be fair, though, I have seen goals like that from, like, to be fair to Crosser, I have seen a goal like similar.
What, Lampard? He said that, Crosser is such a troll.
Yeah, he is. He's a proper. But in fairness to him, I looked at it and I thought to myself, the skill level's difficult, but at the same time, he's gone off intuition.
You're quick, innit?
And feeling. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know if that goal was as much of a worldie as people are going on personally, but
which one?
I suppose the one, it's Messi, innit? So whatever Messi does, apparently.
No, that goal was a worldie, mate.
No, Lampard's one was a worldie as well.
I slightly think Lampard didn't mean that one. Like,
yeah, but why though? That's what I'm saying. That's mad.
No, because you could see body shape and whatever.
I think Lampard's one was a worldie, and I think Messi's one was also a worldie.
That's consistent.
No, but there's something about Lampard's one. I just don't. I feel like he was caught in two minds. Crossed.
Oh, come on, it's not fair, man. It's not fair.
That's just what I think.
No.
That's like that Ronaldinho one when he done that mid and he toe punted it. For me, it's a good goal. I don't think that's a fucking worldie.
Oh no, that's a worldie.
What, when he done that little string and he done a toe punt?
Yeah.
But why though? Because he did it.
Split second, like there's only one place he could have put that. That's a worldie. We had this debate as well.
That's a great goal.
That's a absolutely great goal.
Because he's got his feet planted as well with no backlift. The defender doesn't move thinking he's going to at least put his foot down before he tries to move.
Bruh.
His foot doesn't hit the floor. It's bang, bang, bang.
And that shimmy created just that little opening he needed.
All right, so that free kick that Dalla Peña took, and I think Ronaldinho even did it, actually. Did he pass it under the wall?
The one under the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that for me is ingenuity. It's like, it's brains.
Wait, shaped up. Did you see when Messi's free kick? Did you see that one?
No.
What, last week?
Yeah, in the same game.
Yeah.
Like, wicked free kick.
Goal.
But did you see the Betis defender?
No.
He laid down.
He just laid down in case he rolled it. That's class, man.
Yeah, I did.
No, but do you know what? Yeah, let me just, before we finish, the Messi and Ronaldo thing. Yeah, especially on this pod, we'll never talk about it again.
Yeah,
do you know what? Out of respect, because and I feel like this honestly. Like if you listen to the pod enough, you know like who I prefer, but I don't think that even comes into it. You see what both of these men are doing is unbelievable, and I think it discredits them that Ronaldo basically single-handedly takes thingy through the other night.
Yeah, it's not right.
And all you're hearing is, no, but Messi can do this, Messi can do that. And then last week, Messi scores an outrageous hat-trick, class, and then it's like, oh, but he didn't do it against Atletico, he didn't do this and that. When Ronaldo does his thing, on that night or that week, just give him his praise.
Give him the credit.
When Messi does it, give him his credit. That's like me turning up to your wedding, taking the mic and start talking about my wedding and my wife and taking over. it's a piss take.
I
It's
won't
disrespectful.
put that beyond you. After
Could
a couple
happen.
drinks.
But no, but like that's just it's disrespectful.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like them man are top of their craft for a reason. So let's just enjoy them.
Yeah, we're never discussing this one again.
Finish, put to bed. Never talk about it. Love them both.
Great stuff. So, guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing. Is there anything? Oh, Ball Hour, keep watching that.
Shout out Ball Hour.
Yeah,
Ball
that's like my new show.
I need to watch that. Was it good? You had
Yeah, Taniola and what do you call it? What do you call it?
the
Taniola
Gabriel
and
twins.
Oh, the Gabrielton ones comes out. So when this comes out on Friday. Whoa.
Oh, did
Ball
it?
Hour
Was that a
comes out on
sneak
Friday.
peek?
Where did you see that one?
I see it on one of them stories.
The Gabriel one.
Instagram.
Oh, stories, yeah. But yeah, that's all like non-league football. We get the best people from non-league football up on that. And yeah, so that's good. Ball Hour. Keep keep looking at that. I've had good feedback from that. What's it? Is it Vital?
Yeah, Vital.
He's on holiday right now, isn't it?
Yeah, he's away. Him and Ed.
Yeah, Vital.
Kitchen.
Vital Kitchen.
For that good vegan food. North London based. Shout us up.
Trust me. Lamin, anything to shout out?
Nah, man. Just shout out the Palmer Foundation and all the guys in the community making the difference.
Great stuff. Hey, shout out quickly. Shout out Akala, fam.
Shout out Carla.
Shout out.
Got a lot of time for Akala.
That's the man that needs to be out there.
Yeah.
Like that. You see, like all these pretend politicians.
Yeah.
That's the man that needs to be deciding and doing things on our behalf.
Very quickly.
Well, see, I'll be honest, I'm never relinquishing control like that, but I think he's the man who's dared to push the...
It's not relinquishing control though.
Well, he just
but-
said deciding on our behalf. I don't
No,
want-
not on our
I
behalf.
get
But
what
like,
you're
as in the
saying.
roles of the politicians.
If you're gonna have someone talking for you,
Like with the
I think if there's gonna be
with the
policy
publics,
related,
with the
100%.
public's interest
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah,
at heart.
definitely.
Do you know what I mean? I'm
100%.
talking like
because
that.
even with
100%.
Where he'll do something and you're not thinking, but there might
yeah.
there's something
you can-
shady about it.
yeah, because even on
comes
Good
from a
Morning
genuine
Britain,
place.
Piers Morgan didn't even do his act. He couldn't.
No,
How
you
can
can't.
you? How can you?
Yeah,
He just
couldn't.
laughs at
When
it.
the man knew more than
and
you.
he backs it up with facts.
No, this is why, yeah. Wait, just quickly before. This is why, yeah. See Piers Morgan, and this is what I don't like. You know when and he not just over the the knife crime one. Anytime you watch him, he's always there with these stats, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but in this year this happened,
Yeah.
and he doesn't let you talk, yeah. Loves a stat, yeah, but it's lazy research. So
Yeah,
he's
of
just
course
got that. He's put it to Akala, and Akala's flipped it on him
Yeah.
with new stats he didn't know. And then did you see when he was like,
About the paedophilia.
yeah, no, but all other ones about the white on white
In
crime
Glasgow.
and about the murder rate. Like there's been a bigger percentage which ain't black teenagers and all of that. And Piers goes, yeah, stats can be twisted. So what's the basis of everything you've ever argued?
Wait,
Lazy.
that's Piers, man. But
Shout out Carla, man.
yeah, guys, that's it for today. Don't know if there's anything else get at us. I probably thought we wouldn't have anything to talk about today.
It's been a good debate.
It's been tremendous.
And before we go, there's nothing Sonduras or Gallas could have done about chocolate.
Dallas is a prick.
Later.
Easy.
Easy.